If you want to stop sabotaging yourself, make sure that you are getting organized in your mind and sorting all of this out first, and that will clear the pathway to manifesting everything that you want every time. Hey guys, I'm Jasmine the Princess, and I'm going to tell you how you can stop sabotaging your law of attraction success. Let's get beyond the basics of manifesting so you can live creatively on purpose. If you can create a clear enough, focused enough, steady enough flow state towards your manifestation, anything that you want will manifest. We live in a place where anything can happen. The only thing that keeps what you want from getting to you is your own inner confliction that you are experiencing somehow, some way, on some level. Now, the thing is that as humans, we tend to be used to experiencing confliction and disorganization. That doesn't mean that the universe is going to hand you over any freebies. You have to take the time and effort to organize your mind and organize your thoughts and organize your flow and where your energy is flowing towards. That's the thing. You're flowing your energy towards things. But if you're flowing your energy towards lots of scattered things, then you're going to get lots of scattered results. In manifesting, we already know that step one is really important. What's step one? You need to know what you want. And we all think that we know what we want. But when you really know what you want, there's not going to be any confliction happening within you. So let me tell you guys how to organize yourself, because once you're organized, once you're decided, once you're committed, everything else falls into place and happens automatically as a result. What a lot of people are doing is they're trying to apply manifesting tactics from disorganized states, and they're trying to see which tactic is going to work for them, and they're trying to apply it better. But without this first organizing your focus in a way that's going to create one steady stream, nothing else that you're going to do is going to work. It's all going to be completely scattered. So the good news is that this is an easy fix, and let's get into it. So you need to be organized, decided, and committed on what. You need to know what you think, and I'm going to explain all of these one by one. So just stick around until the end so that you understand fully how to apply each one and how to get organized on each topic. So you need to know what you think, what you believe, what you want, and where you're going. So I'm going to tell you how all these are a little bit different and how to apply each one. What you think. So this can be what you think on a particular topic, or how you think and feel about life in general, your concept of yourself. All of these things play into manifesting the exact things that you want. Because let's say that you want to be with a specific person or a specific job. Well, your self-concept needs to match that. So you can say, I want that, but if you don't see yourself as the person who is deserving or worthy, or if you don't think that it's likely that you're going to get that thing, then you cannot possibly allow that to happen. That's a confliction. So really what happens with what you think is it's important that you eliminate everyone else's opinion and thought but yours. Eliminate every other influence in the picture. Everything in your mind that is not yours, that you don't like, that doesn't resonate with you, that you don't agree with, any thoughts in your mind that came from somewhere else that are not authentic to you. This is where you need to draw the line in the sand and say, you know what? I don't think that, I actually think this. And this is sort of like pulling in consciousness, right? You're awakening yourself. You're bringing conscious awareness to yourself and saying, what do I really think about this thing that maybe you didn't even question because it's been in your mind automatically for so long. The things that our parents taught us, the things that society teaches us, the things that we learn from being around normal everyday people, sometimes we get these automatic thoughts sort of ingrained, and these things need to be questioned. And then later on in life, you're dealing with these blockades and why can't I manifest this or attain this or get this in my life? And it's because you have these generic belief systems happening, and it's basically other people's ideas, opinions, and beliefs that you've been influenced by that you're not weeding out. So when it comes to the situation of your choosing the specific thing that whatever it is you're trying to manifest, and maybe this is general for you, maybe it's specific, it doesn't really matter, but you need to actually call in conscious awareness and wake yourself up a little bit and start saying, I don't actually like that or think that or resonate with that. I actually think this. And change your mind about things, because it's okay to change your mind. And sometimes that has to do with being a little bit of a rebel, and sometimes that has to do with actually embracing something that you weren't previously ready to embrace. The important thing is that you're able to identify the negative thoughts that don't really have anything to do with you anyway. You know, like the things that are holding you back, you can identify and say, you know what? I don't have to worry about that anyway, because that's not really what I think anyway. For example, let's say that I want a boyfriend, but society has got it in my mind somehow that I need to have a perfect body in order to have a boyfriend. Well, I can wake up out of that and say, you know what, that's weird. I don't know why I thought that to begin with, because I just don't believe that anymore. Just an example. Furthermore, we're moving on to what do you believe? And this is like an evolution of the first question. What do you think? What do you believe? When it comes to belief systems, they're a little bit more difficult typically for people to change as opposed to what you would consider to simply be a thought. But you can have those times where you sort of wake up out of a belief system and you say, you know what, this doesn't even work for me. You know what, this doesn't make sense to me. Or there's something weird with this. There's something that's not working with this belief system. And you can change your beliefs in a moment. You can absolutely change any belief system, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Now, you can't force yourself to change a belief system, but you can realize that you thought that you believed in something that you don't really believe in at all. So I would just set the intention that, hey, if there's any beliefs within me, any belief systems, it doesn't matter what it is within me that is holding me back, not working for me, or keeping me blind, or keeping me from manifesting what I want to see that now. I'm ready to see that. The only way that this is going to work is if you're completely ready for your world to be rocked. It doesn't mean that it will be, but when I've changed my belief systems in the past, and I've done this many, many times to my benefit, I had to give permission first to myself to experience this. I had to give permission and say, it's okay if a beneficial belief system presenting itself to me is completely opposite and completely going to turn my world upside down from everything else that I've known in my entire life. So you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with realizing something on a deep level that is completely opposite from everything that you've ever thought. In fact, when you give permission for this to happen, you're probably going to experience that. And you know what? That's a good thing, because you want to experience something that is very different and completely opposite from what you're already experiencing. So you might have to adopt some completely different and completely opposite belief systems in order to make that switch and allow that manifestation into your life. So when it comes to manifesting what you want, you have to know what you believe. You have to decide what you believe, and it has to be in alignment with your desire. You can't just want a better job and not believe that it's possible. You have to find a way to believe and decide to believe in it. And believing is a choice at the end of the day. You create your reality, you create the person that you are, and you create the way that you think. And when it comes to manifesting something, you have to decide for yourself, yes, this is worth it. This is worth completely 100% aligning all of my focused and stable energy into this direction, or it's not. So that's where the belief system comes in. It's worth it to me, and I believe in that, and I'm going to align fully with that, with all of my being and all of the parts of me, or I'm not. That's the decision that you ultimately have to make. Keep in mind that there's no obligation here. You can always change your mind and change your belief systems later as you grow and evolve and obtain new experiences and information. It's just that for now, you need to have one clear, focused path. Number 3 is you need to know exactly what you want. Don't just say, I want him to text me or I want this job. You really need to get to the heart of the matter and what these manifestations really mean for you. So if you say, oh, I really want him to text me, but what you really actually want is a long-term relationship and maybe you're even going for marriage, you need to really understand that that's your end. And that needs to be the end that you focus on. A lot of people, I watch this all the time, I see this all the time, where people are like, I really want that to happen and I really want that to happen. And I'm like, that's not your end. Earning one paycheck is not your end, or getting one text message is not your end. But you keep focusing there. That's when you don't really know clearly enough what you want. So we're gonna change that. Are you after a solid, steady, secure, fun, fantastic, fulfilling relationship? Are you after freedom in your life? What are the big picture things that are connected to your wants and your desires? If you were to say, what's the point of me wanting this at all? What is the big picture point? And then pinpoint that and figure out the core, real, true essence of what you're after there. And try to take it as far as you can take it. And let's say okay, do you want a better job, or do you really want to be completely independent and free and to make lots of money doing it? Focusing on why you want what you want really helps you to figure out what that big picture is of what you want. Number 4 is very important, so stay tuned for the full explanation because this is really going to help bring your manifestation to pass. Number 4 is you need to know where you're going. This is different from what you want in a way, and I'll tell you exactly how. So what you want is you need to, understand what you want, to know what that is, to identify it properly. But when you align your thoughts and you decide what you want and you know what's yours and what not, when you're organized and when you're clear, when you're focused, when you have one clear, steady path of thought, automatically something is going to happen. You're going to go from knowing what you want to being able to really see it in your mind, imagine it in your mind, experience it in your mind, fantasize about it in your mind. Knowing what you want doesn't mean that you're going to have an experiential vision of it. And the experiential vision is actually very important for bringing it to pass. The experiential vision is the evidence that you're aligning with that specific vision that you're having. And the ability to be able to feel it and experience it, even if it's just in your mind's eye, the more clear that can be, the more that you're aligning with it. So when you figure out what you think, what you believe, and what you want, and all of those things are completely organized and aligned and clear and focused, you're focused on this, it's going to automatically help you transfer into that place where you know where you're going. See, knowing where you're going is different from knowing what you want, because just because you feel like you want something, it doesn't mean that you feel like you're getting there. But when you align those things, automatically you'll start being able to have the visions. You'll start being able to see it. You'll start being able to fantasize and experience it in your mind. That means that you're organized about it and you're on your way there. You're getting there. That means that there's a clear pathway to it and the confliction has resolved. So in knowing where you're going, there is a clear vision of the end. This happens automatically. But when it happens, you still want to take note and take notice, because you want to be an active participant in the unfolding and the blossoming and the becoming of that vision. You want to actively participate in it and relish in it and bask in it and have fun in it. Just like you have fun going on vacation, taking part in this fantasy in your mind, occurring in your mind, it actually becomes sort of like a real experiential vacation experience where you're enjoying it just like you would in real life. When everything is aligned, you can't help but to imagine it and think about it, and the fantasies do come, the images come, the visions come, the whole experience of it comes. So that's number 4. The more that you participate in that deliberately, the more that's going to actually help you bring all of this to pass. And pat yourself on the back if you get to number 4 and experience that for yourself, because that is telling you that it is on the way and that you are aligned and doing all of this correctly. And but the thing is, some people, they try to think about it in order to bring it to pass. It's not the same as when you align everything and then the visions just come and you're fully immersed in it just because that's what you're doing. You're not trying to deliberately bring about some sort of fantasy or vision because you're trying to bring it about in reality. That's not what's happening at all. So that's why some people experience difficulty with having visions and fantasies and imagining what their end, and some people don't. It's because it's the way that you line it up. And when you organize everything, you get decided, you get committed, you get steady, and you're clear, very clear focus, and you stay with that and stick with that. This will happen automatically. If you want to stop sabotaging yourself, make sure that you are getting organized in your mind and sorting all of this out first, and that will clear the pathway to manifesting everything that you want every time. If you're still watching this video, that means that it helped you, so make sure that you show me some love, click the like button, subscribe. All of these things tell YouTube that this was an awesome video and that they should share it with more people. Oh, and make sure that you click the bell button and hit the all for all notifications so that you know every time that I release a new video. Comment below, let me know what you want to see on this channel. Check out the other videos on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.